Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Air Force One. And this movie came out in 1997, stars Harrison Ford, Glenn Close, Gary Oldman, and sorry to disappoint you all, but I thought this movie was okay. I didn't hate it, I just didn't get much out of it, unfortunately, and the story of this movie and the overall structure of it was my biggest criticism of the film. It was nothing special, and it was nothing that I haven't seen before. And the way it was structured, it was just very boring and predictable, and like I said, nothing special, and there was not much added to it that made it stand out from other action movies that are similar to it. And it did remind me of Die Hard, but it kind of left out some of the elements that worked for me in that movie. And this one, I kind of get that it's trying to do similar things, but I just don't care about anything that's going on because I don't find any of the characters interesting or memorable, and that's a big problem. And I like the line, "Get off my plane." It was kind of fun and memorable, but that was about it. Most of the movie was very forgettable to me. I like Glenn Close in the movie, but she has nothing to do, really. She's just sitting in a room and trying to negotiate with terrorists, and that's all she does in the movie. And I do like Harrison Ford in the movie, but his character is just. His character doesn't stand out to me as anything memorable, and he's just trying to be a good guy, trying to do the right thing, and that's about all there is to his character. And it's indistinguishable from any other action movie, and it's mostly just a good guy trying to do the right thing, and there's nothing else about him that I can really say that makes him stand out. And the villains for the movie, same thing. Nothing about them makes them stand out from other villains. They're just villains, and eventually you do learn their motivation, but at that point I don't care. And the special effects in this movie were pretty cheesy and dated. I'm not going to criticize them too hard because this is an older movie, but at the same time, I do need to acknowledge that they don't really hold up anymore. I didn't find any of the action scenes to be particularly memorable, mostly because they were kind of flat and I just didn't care, and there were some choppy editing choices that I couldn't get behind, and that doesn't apply for all of the action scenes, just some of them. And in terms of the action, there isn't a whole lot of action in this movie, and that's kind of disappointing in an action movie because when you watch the movie, you're expecting to see action, and it's pretty spread out, and there isn't much of it. And even when you do get it, there are other movies that are just better in terms of the action that makes them stand out. Like Die Hard is one of them, or even Die Hard with a Vengeance. Like that movie has really great action, really great characters, and great performances. A story that's fun and interesting, and you don't know where it's going, and it's very fast paced, and I'm always engaged in what's going on in that movie. Whereas this one is the antithesis of that. A story that offered me nothing, the structure gave me nothing, the characters are pretty bland, the action is boring, the pacing is kind of slow, and by the end of the day, what else do I have? There were also some reveals in this movie that I thought were really dumb and stupid and did not need to be in the movie, and I do think this movie's too long for what it is. It could have been 20 minutes shorter and you wouldn't really lose anything. And the last 20 minutes would be my least favorite part about the movie because they're completely unnecessary. You don't need it there. Like the film felt like it was ending a half hour before the actual ending of the movie. But instead it keeps going and decides that it's a good idea to keep going and give you more, and at that point I was just so exhausted and I wanted the movie to be done, and luckily it was over after those 20 minutes, but they were kind of painful to sit through. And that's about all I have to say about Air Force One. It was fine. It was a movie where I felt nothing the entire time while watching it. It wasn't offensive. It wasn't impressive. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. I can't say it's good, but I can't say it's bad. It was just fine. And I'm probably going to forget about this movie within the next couple of days. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Air Force One a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Air Force One, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for The Pink Panther, starring Steve Martin. A movie that I haven't seen in like 10-15 years, somewhere around there. I used to watch it quite a bit when I was a kid, and I just wanted to watch something short, and that's why I'm revisiting that movie, so look forward to that. But until I get that up, thank you for watching, and have a great day.